step in the ring. Yeah. Kombat Kingz on the Kombat team. Rude boy, don't talk like you're on that team. Yo, step in the ring. Step in the ring with Lankz, Greeny, Rimz, Bragz. Kombat Kingz putting facts on the map. Real conversations mixed with the bands. And man can't tell me about facts. Sweet man's leg, now his head's on the map. And what you mean by gold, my guy, you fell off. I'm undefeated like Nurmagomedov for Jon Jones. Kick man's head till the reference the bell off. Baddie like Paddy, if I ain't got a belt then you know I ain't happy. Nah, man. Kombat Kingz, everybody here's family. Guillotine man for my bros, I ain't ramping. Kombat Kingz, that's the anthem. Kombat Kingz on a Kombat team. Boy, don't talk like you're on that team. You ain't bad, you're gonna step in the ring. Kombat Kingz on a Kombat team. Boy, don't talk like you're on that team. You ain't bad, you're gonna step in the ring. Step in the ring with Lankz, Greeny, Rimz, Bragz. Kombat.
Yo, what is going on, people? We're back in the Combat Cave to give you another week of raw combat sport punditry.
Tell them Rimz.
The combat sports.
What?
Voices on the streets.
Sound the big thing.
Yeah. All right, man. It was been a interesting weekend, didn't it?
Yeah, man.
Mixed emotions, I guess.
Very mixed. Well,
Me?
yeah.
Nah, I think for everybody, man. For everyone, man.
No, you're the only one with a Jon Jones t-shirt on though, bro.
Well,
They get me.
first, I think let's start with the mixed emotion about the card. Like, how about let's get into the card first. Like,
No, we got to talk about Jones, bro. We got to talk about Jones.
I'm tired, bro.
We got to talk about
Why
Jones.
you leave man pick like peace.
What do you leave man in peace?
I told you.
Did he leave the sport in peace?
That's what I'm saying.
Did he leave the sport in peace,
Yeah,
bro?
me,
You
bro.
left as only Jon Jones knows how, fam.
Oh,
with the police involvement, fam.
I'm still rocking with my boy. You get me? He's the real killie, the real goat.
Is he the GOAT?
Man, he's the goat, bro. Come on, let's not be.
With all the controversy and stuff like that around his name.
oh, well, all right. We need some structure to this because we're going all over the place. So first, we got to talk about, I think, the way it happened. First of all,
Yeah, what, just leaving?
well, it happened after this card in the press conference. UFC, what was it, Baku?
Yeah.
Baku.
They knew for a while. I think they were trying to just keep convincing him, and they were getting tired, and they were getting pressured by the fans and the media and everyone to move on if he's not gonna fight. And I think they knew. I think they were just trying to add more money and more money.
More fuel to the fire.
Yeah, as and he was probably just teasing them at times, and then I think they genuinely knew he didn't really want to fight. But I think they kept convincing him, kept talking, and he was talking back. So, you know, it's like negotiating, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then it gets to a point where it's like,
Yeah.
you can't sell
But
what you're
also,
selling me.
I think also the fact that they've been in this position before with him, where he's like, I'll just happily walk away, but then you come back for the fight. Do you know what I'm saying? I think that they probably thought they were going to have the upper hand. The fact that Jon Jones has kind of done this before, like, he's just stalling so that we can, do you know what I mean?
Well, for me, I don't like the fact that they've done it now. After this, I think at least you could have waited till next week. Like, people got eyes on next week. It would have made more of a bigger statement. Like, I feel like they kind of just threw it out there. Like, it's big news, isn't it? So I feel like they could have put it out on a better platform, like amongst their cards. That, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it was just kind of just thrown out there, like it's a nothing.
But is it big news when they're getting tired of the situation in their eyes?
Yeah, it's the biggest news they have, bro.
Well, not next week if Ilya does a madness.
It doesn't matter who wins next week. It's still big for them because if Charles wins, it's huge, and if Ilya wins, it's bigger.
But it was.
But the Jon Jones news is always going to be huge, isn't it? I think that they've just tried to kind of like wrap it up. Cause it's come from Dana. It's not come from Jon. Do you get me? Like, Jon's been speaking and saying his stuff, but like, it's not like Jon's just dropped it on an Instagram live. Do you know what I mean? It's come from Dana. Do you think it's got anything to do with the charges and stuff? Because I know we're going to get into that as well, but do Do you think because maybe that's all come to the surface, and do you reckon that's got anything to do with the decision from Dana to drop that news?
To drop that news then and there. Well, he drops it, innit?
What?
The news.
No, I'm saying he's dropped that he's retired.
Yeah.
But I'm saying as in like the charges that have been brought against Jon Jones that we're
Yeah.
now hearing about.
Yeah.
Do you think that because maybe the UFC, obviously their PR, they know what they're doing.
So what?
Do you
To
reckon
kind
that
of
they kinda-
counteract that.
Yeah, they maybe kind of knew that was coming, and therefore they just said, look, he's done, because they know that that's going to be a long battle.
Yeah.
Who knows how the outcome of that will go, whether he goes prison or whatever. But it's gonna take a while to figure it out, innit?
Yeah, I hear that. Maybe that's maybe an aspect of why they done it, to kind of counteract that news that's coming out, which is doing good by Jon, I guess. But
Nah,
wait.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
No, bro. No. It's just Jon's always just done what Jon wants, innit? Like, it's not that. It's just I just believe they're sick and tired of the situation, getting pressured, the leverage, what we're gonna wait, no news. I think they had news because they had big money, so they thought, oh, we're gonna offer a fighter something that we've never offered probably before, barring Conor McGregor or something like that. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's just so Dana was so confident. I mean, like, Jon, it's my boy. I big him up all the time. To realize is Jon's like, nah, which I think as he's getting older, maybe as they say, he might be getting wiser, because as it goes on, maybe Tom ain't a great fight for you. As you just realize that.
Maybe.
At your age.
Look. Ariel was saying, because Yusuf just sent me this.
Let me see it.
I want to provide you with the key. Jon Jones asked for a lot of money. After much negotiation, the UFC got him that money, and Jon Jones said he was in. Then a couple days later, he said he was out. Ever since then, the UFC has been trying to convince him to come back, and he said no. The UFC have known for quite some time, for several months, that he was out.
Yeah, I told you, man. They knew.
But do you think that Jon? This is a question, yeah. Do you think that Jon Jones ever wanted to fight Aspinall, or do you think
I don't
it was
think he
smoke
did.
and mirrors?
I don't think he did.
No, I think at times, I do believe Jones. He's been saying that for years. Where he's like, I've got to wake up and feel that hunger to do it. He has been saying that in the light heavyweight before he even got to heavyweight. So I feel that's an aspect of it. And then Jon's weird, innit? He's got like some weird man syndrome. So it's like he wants respect, but he wants it in a weird, like in the fight game. You don't always get respect regardless of who you are because of the other character. Do you know what I mean? It's gonna be who they are. Not that Tom's like that, but Tom tried to build a fight, and I don't think he liked the way Tom tried to build that fight.
I think Tom was respectful though. When you look at how they interacted that time when they bucked, that was a respectful interaction. You know, a man came up and was
Yeah, he
like,
touched
"Big
him.
respect, brother."
He touched
Like
him,
boom,
you
and then he
see that?
touched him. Jon Jones did like,
Yeah,
"Don't
yeah.
get that dirt off." I'm saying, but like on a real thing, like Tom was respectful, bro. Like Tom approached the situation in a respectful manner.
Then-
unlike maybe how many other people would have gone about it.
Then all the tweets, and you know, Joe's sensitive.
Yeah,
Ready.
and that little dark-
He's sensitive. You know how it gets.
Nah, I fully think he weren't really that interested in that fight still.
Yeah.
I think the only fights at heavyweight that he was interested in really was the Ngannou fight and maybe the Pereira thing.
They're saying the
Pereira
camera's out of
was
focus.
the what? The camera.
They're saying it's focused on the ball, fam. I don't know where the ball is.
Oh, you got to focus. Give us 2 seconds. The
2
conductor and
seconds.
controller.
Whilst Rimz does that, let me just quickly fight some allegations for the man, them, yeah? He wasn't sat like a bad B, alright? On the last video, I'm seeing. I know you've seen them ones.
I swear.
Yeah, no,
That was-
disrespect. You know what I'm saying? We don't deal with the disrespect now. You know what I'm saying?
Put whatever you want in the comments, bro. Just keep whatever you want to write that makes you lot feel better, right?
Right. As long
Right.
as you comment, man.
Yeah, right, whatever you want. That's it.
I hear it.
Yeah, Rimz is just focusing. So it looks better.
Let us know if that's alright, man.
It
Shout out
should
to
be- it
Irony
should-
for that as well. Big up. And big up everyone in the chat so far. See you, Prince. See you, Hank, my brother. And forever working. We forever here. You hear me?
Shout out. Just let us know if it's focused, guys. Just put focus. Thumbs up. Do something. Let us know. We're just trying to work it out. Yeah, Jones. Yeah, was he interested? No, like Rimz said, I think the Ngannou fight was what he was more interested in. Tom become a side sub story, and I think he knew he was dangerous. It's the speed. I don't think it's anything else. It's just the speed, the raw speed.
Do you know when we interviewed Sim that time? Sim had been working with Tom for a few weeks at that point. Obviously, since then he's up there quite often and he works with him quite a bit. But he was saying to us, innit, about the sparring with Tom. He's saying that he's never been with anyone that big, that's that quick. And he says that, and what you just said, he said that's the problem, because he's got, at that size, you got heavy hands anyway. I think he's naturally heavy-handed anyway as well. Like, not only does he just have heavy hands, like he's got that little bit of genetic that means that he's gonna punch you harder than someone else, he says. But it also happens quicker. Yeah. And he can grapple.
Yeah, I hear that. But still, yeah, I just don't feel. I don't want to say. I don't think he was scared. I just don't feel it's a fight that interested him. Like,
I think it's a bit fair, bro.
I don't think.
Do you know why?
No,
Do you know why I say that?
I think
Same as he knew with Francis.
No, Francis is look at it like this.
Because of the weight.
Remember what I said back in the day. Again, when you laughed at me, and I was like, bro, Tom would be a problem for Jon, and I was like, because he's big, but the speed. The difference with the Ngannou fight is he can wrestle fuck Ngannou. That is the truth, and he knows it in his mind. I can slow him down. He's not nippy like Tom. Tom's nippy. Tom moves and head fakes, and he get me. Jones don't like that, because Jones gets touched now.
But that's Tom's boxing background as well, though, isn't it? Like, he's a good boxer.
That's what I'm saying. Tom, yes, what I'm saying. He's nippy. Where Ngannou, he loops his punches, tries to really get power behind it. And I think Jones feels like he could probably duck underneath something.
I think the Ngannou fight is a better fight.
When you're looking at it on an IQ standpoint, if you're sitting down with Jones and you're his trainer, whose fight do you take?
Yeah.
Think about that. Like, as a trainer, if you're training Jon Jones and you're like, who do we take? Aspinall, they're both as big stars. Forget that. Forget stardom. Yeah. Just through the way they both fight.
Right, yeah. Ngannou's the easier fight.
Ngannou's a way easier fight. And that's what I used to say.
Yeah, but although it's the easier fight, it's not the safer fight either, though. You get me? Like, you fight Francis, bro. You seen the way that you beat up Kane, bro. Like, I know that they can say it was Kane's knee or whatever it was at the time, that kind of, but like, bro, he just clipped him. Like, it wasn't even like a full swing, bro. Man, just clipped him, and the fight was done. Like, we've seen Francis do mad stuff with them fists, bro.
Well, you're dealing at a weight where anyone can really knock out anyone, innit?
No, but no. You know that, that Francis got the one touch power.
No,
like,
Francis hits you, you might wake up with brain damage. That's the difference, innit? Like, but all of them can knock out each other, innit?
Yeah, of course.
So, saying what you men are saying, did Tom Aspinall retire Jon Jones?
Jones retired himself. You can't say that.
No, Tom.
You can't say a man retired him. You have to knock him out and fight him. It's just gonna be more of that Doc situation.
That's what I'm saying.
Retiring the man is like, oh, you knock man out and man's finished. Like,
no, but I'm saying, what I'm saying is, because you got to look at it now, how people are gonna look at the way it looks, innit?
Yeah, he just ducked.
The way it looks is that he looks like he.
I think so.
No, but.
See, you gotta get the wording right. Retire him? No. Did he duck from the fight? Yes.
But
retire him? No.
But you ducking from the fight is like,
the man didn't retire me though.
No, but
I hear you. But
it kind of is when you go out and you say, okay, cool. That's really on paper. That's the only fight that's there for man. Yeah. So you gotta unify your belt, because the belt's split up right now. You got the interim and you got your belt.
And that's what makes it look bad.
Yeah. So you gotta have this fight to be the actual heavyweight champion right now. Yeah. Tom's after the fight, bro. He hasn't fought in however long, because he's saying that's the fight I want. He keeps on pulling up your name. Keeps on pulling up your name. The UFC have offered you the bread to make that fight, and then you're saying, I'll take it. No, I won't. I don't want that fight no more, bro. Slightly, the Tom Aspinall quote where he's like, "I will make Jon Jones retire without even fighting him." That's gonna hold up still in the court.
I think
in the court of law.
The court of MMA,
yeah. No. Maybe that's what we do. Alright.
See, this is why I disagree. This is why I said you man got the wrong wording. I agree. You can say he ran away from the fight.
Yeah.
Court of law of MMA. If you know the court of law of MMA, then you know you need to get knocked out.
This is why man, I'm calling you
bro,
bad B,
bro. That's why you need to get knocked out. What do you mean? a fight, it's a fighting thing. Have you ever seen Jones get knocked out to the point, or you're seeing him in? So you can't. No, but it's the truth. Like you man are acting like little bitches. You're talking about stuff that is not valid to actual fighting.
Bro, I just put the question out there, innit? Like,
but I'm saying the way you answer. Think about the way you answer. No, but it's true, bro. It's English language, innit? I'm trying to teach you, man, something. Man. That's the truth. I'm saying the two things can be right as well. What I'm saying to you is, you're saying, how did he retire him? Bro, you get retired in MMA by punching up a man and you're like, bro, he finished him. How much times we'd be like, oh, Gilbert Burns got punched up in his last fight and Tony got punched up. That's how we write someone off in MMA. Let's not just do this with Jones because we really wanted to see the fight. And let's be fair. Like, I'm just being honest. So that's where I know I'm being correct about the situation. That's with anyone. That's just with anyone.
I think there's an aspect.
Like, put some respect on man's name now.
No,
He is
I hear
that. Let's say, I get what you're saying.
What?
Him ducking.
Yeah.
I agree with you. It looks like you've ducked, bro, because you should have gave up the belt a long time ago. But I think he's now the longest reigning.
Yeah.
He's just
That's
held
what's
it.
stuffiness.
Is that actually?
Yeah. He's got a record
See?
for that. Still.
See?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
What, more than
He's
Stipe?
just-
Yeah.
What? And he's
got
never
injured, man,
defended the
about
belt
3
last, right?
3 years. He's had it 3
Yeah,
years.
he
got
he
injured
won
for a
it.
year.
Yeah.
Oh, he did. He
First
Did
year,
the
got injured.
against
against Stipe, yeah. He defended it.
Oh my days.
Yeah.
You see the John.
But that's what I'm saying. So
That's
going
what
back to
silly
but hold
stuff,
on,
man.
just to give you facts there. So that's what he's done. Mind games, held the belt.
Yeah.
But then to say he, like you said earlier, did you retire him? Then you was like, you're contradicting yourself because not like that. But then you said, oh yeah, but Jones is not scared. I don't believe he's scared. You said that.
I don't think
So
he's
it's
scared.
you're saying that he's retiring. is basically
I didn't say he retired. I said I asked the
You asked the
question.
question. I said-
He said it.
But he was holding it up in the court of law. He's law.
He's the judge. He's the
Yeah, I'm
judge.
just
He's
saying.
the
I'm
judge.
just
He's the judge.
You better
made a
you better having your.
And I, you know what I'm saying?
You get
You
me?
made your defense. I said my nonsense stuff. And then
But what I'm basically saying is, the way fans are gonna remember, because remember,
Facts.
people are gonna remember the
Facts are
last thing they remember of you, especially the newer people who are watching, because they don't know about old school
But fans are
Jones.
fickle.
Like,
Fans are
the
fickle
only-
over
it's
every
only-
sport, bro. Every sport. So that's why it's called entertainment.
I hear you.
It's fickle. Like, we all decide when we want to choose to lose and choose to win with another team, and we're just fans, innit? It's entertainment. So to that degree, it's like it's the real ones that will remember who he is.
But
If you're a real fan, you know who Johnny Bones Jones is.
yeah,
That's it.
but
That's
fans are gonna look at it as that you spoiled the experience for the fan base. Yes, because
What about
you
Conor?
held up. No, forget him, man. He's done out. He held up the belt. Yeah, he held up the belt. He held up the belt for so long when he probably knew he weren't gonna fight him, so he could have walked away. And the other point I was gonna make was, you made me forget the point.
whilst you remember that point,
Yeah.
you know when you bring up Conor McGregor, yeah. Let me say this is why I disagree with that statement, yeah. When I think about it, because even though Conor held up 2 divisions, yeah, but at the time the UFC product was good. So it's like
Jones is fault though.
no. I
do
know.
that to
No,
the
but we're talking
fighter.
about we're talking about UFC fans or sports fans being fickle. You get me? So I'm just talking about the narrative. When Conor McGregor was doing whatever, he had to go and fight Floyd Mayweather, held up the division. We still had people like Habib fighting. You know what I'm saying? The Volkanovski came about. Like we saw him, Max Holloway, whatever. So like those 2 divisions, they still had people in them that was kind of doing well, bro. Since Jon Jones left light heavyweight, like he held up the light heavyweight division for time. And then we have Ankalaev as the champion. Bro, he's leaving the heavyweight division. We've got Aspinall and who else? That's it, bro.
Yeah, but the way you're making go on.
No, I remember my point. Yeah, he held up the division for time where he should have really vacated it. He wasted a man's career, bro. Like we're missing the prime era of Tom Aspinall fighting, bro.
Hold on.
Yeah, agreed.
Stop.
Agreed.
Stop there. Both of you made valid points. But both of you moan at the UFC. Stop moaning at Jones. He helped. No. The UFC are the big bosses around here. You know it and I know. We all got jobs, bro. If your manager comes up to you and goes, no more of this, it's just no more of that, bro. It's just it. That's just it, bro. Regardless, if you're making
They definitely have
redundant,
some responsibility in
they
that.
have the
they
most,
definitely-
bro.
yeah,
Regardless,
definitely,
up to a certain point, they need to give, bro. After like 2 months of negotiating, cut-off point. Done, bro. I don't care who you are. If you're Connor, we are we have a certain dignity and respect to hold. And I know other people get leverage, but it's like, let me give you leverage through you're injured. Let me give you leverage that you're having a baby or something of no knowledge of the world. Do you know what I'm saying? No, I'm not trying to hear man just flying around fucking Phuket and Bangkok and you lot are just Bangkoking him, bruv. Like some, like that's the truth, bro.
No, it's true.
Some.
But that's why the
and
UFC
loving
is
him.
no good.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Right now the UFC is no good.
Hold on. So going back to my point, stop blaming the fighter.
Yeah.
That's what I get what you're saying as fans, but that's not Jones's fault. Because when he was in his highlight point of his career, mashing up everybody, we were not saying that, bro. We were literally like, oh my days, this is the greatest ever.
No, I disagree with that. I disagree, bro. This is like the 9th time that I've been mad at Jon Jones during his career,
That's
bro.
because
At the height of his career, he was out for 3 years.
No, but that's
Do you know what I'm
because of
saying?
that's my point because of how good he is. That's different. We're talking about him self-inflicted stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about in general that like that's because of how good and talented he is. If he was somebody that just gets beaten up, I don't know.
No one give a
You're
damn.
Magni.
No, don't say no Magni like that, man. Why you got to use no Magni?
That's just your friend,
Don't do that, man.
No one would care though. That's the honest truth, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let's just be honest. Like expectation.
Yeah, people
like I
only
always
care
says.
because he's the
Like Michael Jordan, he's coming back to commentate next year. See,
He's been working out
Thank-
Andy Edwards. You
Thank
know
you.
that?
And commentary's gonna be mad, bro. This is what I'm trying to say. Just he's never commentated since he don't ever do nothing. You never heard nothing about this.
It's like putting
Now-
Jon Jones on comms still.
Thank you.
He's just gonna chat the most smack, bro.
That's what I'm trying to
You
say.
know that, innit? He's gonna, bro. He's
So
gonna.
that's what I'm trying to say. So
The
it's like,
biggest deal of all time, by the way.
it's who you
Stupid
are in
money.
the sport, innit? And unfortunately, but I will say this. Don't listen. Let's put it like this. Have you seen Francis's tweet?
No, what did Francis say? about it?
Francis.
So, basically, long story short is, someone tweeted, "Oh, Francis, please come back, or whatever," and he was like, "Oh, something about the actual tweet about." I want you to the actual tweet because I see it, right? And then basically, Francis, long story short, said, "I have never left my. I could basically, he's hinting on coming back, saying, I've never left. My belt's still here in my closet." So something about hitting back. I'm still the greatest heavyweight. I'm still the guy, basically.
Do you think Dana would make that fight? Aspinall
He said
and Francis.
he got asked about it. He got asked about Ngannou returning. He said, "I don't like that guy," or something like that.
Told you.
Yeah,
I said
but
this
you know
to
what?
you
He's,
when you
he's,
was at
he
my-
said this about people before.
But
though.
but that's childish though.
Thank you.
That's
Yeah, but
childish.
They-
Tito,
it is.
look at back in the day, Tito Ortiz, yeah, like he still gave him fights. I know that it's a slightly different situation. Francis has left the company, but to be honest with you, yeah, right now with Jon Jones leaving, we've got Cyril Gane versus Tom Aspinall for the belt. One of the most meaty title fights after what we've seen from Gane as of late, yeah. If and when Aspinall beats him up and wins that fight, who else is there for him to fight, bro? He can't fight Curtis Blaydes again. That's meaty. Like, there's no one, bro, at heavyweight. So you're going to have to bring in Francis, because if you don't, then how are you going to build up Aspinall?
The heavyweight division is in a state anyway.
Slim, bro. I can't believe how bad like,
It's terrible.
but do you know what? It's kind of always not been great. Like back in the day, it was
Whoa,
back in the
whoa,
day. No,
whoa.
back in the day it was the pinnacle of the sport, innit?
And that and like heavyweight. And heavyweight was the pinnacle. Them two were the pinnacles. It's just unfortunate, innit? I get what you're saying, but I'll say this, like with the Francis news, if Francis what did you say? Ngannou tweeted, "Did I say I'm ever coming back?" That's what he tweeted, yeah. And then with that emoji, and he also tweeted something about his belts in the closet or something.
That would insinuate he's not coming back.
Right. I'm ever coming back. Yeah, but it's
That's
a
what we're
question
saying.
mark.
Francis is ducking Aspinall smoke.
But still, like, I think it's just obviously. Put it like this: you know how Jones is. He will randomly just get the itch, like he says. He has a statement of saying, "I ain't got the itch right now. I don't want to fight." He's 37. He has been through this. You want to talk about Max Holloway and all that? He's up there with one of the mileages of He's a vintage car, bro. Like literally, whether you like the guy or not, he's like a proper vintage car. Like you know what I'm saying? But bro, and if he wants
he's
to
not a
retire-
vintage car. You know what he is, yeah? Because of the amount of time he's had out, I wouldn't even call him a vintage car. What I'd say is a bad boy car that's been used on every racetrack. You get me there? Like he's been around the block. He's fought everyone. But because of the time now, he's not been used up. Like he's still got. I think there's still gas in the tank for Jon Jones. Not like when I see people like Max here, I say there's no gas left in that tank still. I know he done what he done to Gaethje, but he's gonna get found out soon enough, I reckon. But Jon Jones still got more there to give. He just ain't prepared to give it.
Yeah, but it takes a lot. Camps, and I think it's how serious he takes camps.
Yeah.
If it takes your energy like that, innit? You know what I mean? It just makes you. I feel like a guy. Like he's a guy that proper zones in when he goes through his camps. That's why they're long and whatever he does, innit? It's proven, innit? Because again, whether you think he's lost fights or whatever, he's very hard to beat. Even if you think he's lost fights, he's always in the fight. He's that guy's game. So it's like his IQ second to none. It takes a lot to do that over and over again. You know what I mean? It's like any sport. When they tell you about NBA, they're like, my knees are gone. It takes too much for me to get up and do this over and over again. And it's just at the wrong time with Aspinall because, again, we all wanted to see that. So it does look duckish. That's all I'm going to say. The max I'm going to say is he's still the GOAT. He's my GOAT. No one will ever change that. Just like Floyd Mayweather, the GOAT, my GOAT. No one will ever change that. Michael Jordan, my GOAT. No one will ever change that. I ain't really watched that nigga, but when I see them highlights, I know why he the GOAT. Yeah, no, just in the mentality in it, and certain people, and just overall, and I just feel like, yeah, man, if it's his time. But again, if he comes back, I wouldn't be surprised. If he says, Dana, you still got that 50 mil. You see some type
He
of
might need it, bro.
whatever it
Once he comes out of
is.
prison.
You know what I'm
Get
saying?
me.
What's with you in this prison thing?
Bro, there's only so many times you commit certain crimes, bro. You can't get, bro. You know what the allegation is, isn't it?
What did you do?
Supposedly, I think from what I understand of it, he was driving over.
Look, this is the point I'm gonna make. That shout out Dig, shout out Anthony Smith. Yeah,
Anthony, you know.
Andy.
but like, this is what I'm saying about the fan base are not rocking with him, bro. And this is how he's gonna be remembered. So Dig is saying, shout out Dig, because I ain't seen you in the chat before. It's Jones and the UFC's fault. Jones is scared, and Dana has been glazing Jones for years, so he doesn't want to go back on his word now. And then Anthony Smith is saying, how is he the GOAT when he has been caught cheating and ducking fights? Make that make sense. Genuinely struggling.
I hear it.
So who has he ducked before Aspinall? That's the
Francis.
Yeah, that was a kind of.
Francis.
Bro, hold on.
Yeah,
He took 3 years to go from light heavyweight to heavyweight,
How's
bro.
that ducking?
Yeah.
You explain. You explain your version. You agree with that?
In Ghana, what? No, because remember they were in negotiations. They wanted to. That fight was supposed to happen.
So how did he duck?
Remember, because he took like a couple years out. Remember, he said he wanted to take time out,
'Cause he was
or
a
he went
heavyweight.
away or whatever, and then
Yeah, to become a heavyweight.
Yeah, but bro, it don't take you 3 years, bro. 3 years to gain how much weight? Like, don't get. Yeah, he was out, bro. It took 3 years to go up to fight Francis, bro. And then the fight never happened.
It was a long time.
And again, held up man's career, because then who could Francis fight in the meantime?
That wasn't Francis's fault like that.
No,
Oh,
Jon Jones.
that one Jon
I
Jones.
don't know, man. For
You're
me,
moving up. Again, you
bro.
got. This is what I'm
No
saying.
good
You
that.
lot are too fickle, bro. Because at the end of the day, this man has a boss who's Dana White. So
Yeah.
if you lot wanna say what you wanna say, I get everything, but Dana is his boss. He's got a job to do and to cut it off, regardless how much we love Jones or don't love Jones. He's the boss. So this is all fickle. In my opinion, I just feel like, because like when you really think about it, everyone has a manager. Like your manager's there to deal with these issues. Like we're just upset with Jones because he's an amazing fighter and we just want to see him fight. Win, lose or draw, get his head bust, whether he busts someone's head, we just want to see him side that octagon. That's it.
I agree.
That's the
I agree with
truth.
that. I do
That's the
agree
truth.
with
That's why we're talking about it so much.
Also, when you say about how fight fans and like how we're gonna remember Jon Jones, ultimately none of that matters, because actually, if the name's on the tongue, it's still a good thing. It's like I always go back to Floyd Mayweather. No one, like in the height of his career, I loved him, but most people hated Floyd. But people still bought the ticket to watch him. You know what I'm saying? And if Jon Jones was to come back and have a fight against Jake Paul, everyone would still lock in and watch it. Do you know what I'm saying? But that's probably.
Chisanga just said.
I think he's more. Yeah, I think he's more likely to see that fight. To be fair, Jon Jones versus Jake Paul than any of the other ones, bro. Which is mad.
Shout out to Chisanga. Bring that up.
Saying Dana ain't gonna forget John's decision to agree and then disagree to the fight. He'll half the bag, if that, on offer if he decides to return.
Do you know what? Yeah, that's a really good point.
Do you believe that only? I know, because Dana's very ignorant, so I totally agree with you as well. But am I saying that? Does that all depend on where the state of the UFC is?
It's in the bin right now to me.
But that's what I'm saying.
To me, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So if it's still in the bin, the time Jones comes spinning back round, do you think that's valid? That's a valid point. Still, do you think? Because do you think he hates Jones as much as he hates Ngannou? You only need one of them.
No.
I don't think Dana likes doing business with Jon Jones though.
Yeah, he doesn't. I don't think he ever does.
Just
But you have expectations of Jon Jones being a fuck up.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean?
It's like your first ball, innit? You always fuck with
Now
him.
you're making my point. That's the boss's fault. If you know your employee's always late for work, bro. Oh, yeah, you're not gonna say that, innit? You come in. Why is Bragz late? You know why I'm late. I turn up when I want to. Regardless if I'm a good employee when I'm at work, bro.
No, it's not that though, Bragz. It's not that. You know what it is? It's like you show up late every day, yeah? But you're bad at your job,
That's
blood.
what I was about to say. That's what I just said. I'm bad at my job, bro. So I get to dictate to it. But you know in your heart, bro, it's like, bro, if I let him do this, bro, everyone else is going to do this, bro. You can't question, so you're the manager, bro. How you you're the last end of call, bro. Last end of assignment. It lands with you.
That's no
And
good.
you're allowing it. Okay, cool. Until you like, bro, you're late. You're gone. I don't care how much you made me. You made me 100 bags. You're gone. That's it, bro. And this fickle stops. The fans stop because, bro, it's like this. Once the actual truth comes out, it's only spoken about for a certain amount of time before it becomes the norm.
Disappears.
Before we all move on. Especially in this.
Yeah, but also, in many respects, I know you said this earlier, Rimz, yeah, but like, to drop it this week, next week we've got Ilya versus Charles, so it will disappear. No, ain't no one going to be speaking about Jon Jones next week.
I said this earlier.
The build-up's going to be about Ilya. There's more eyes on the UFC at the moment because people are speaking about Jon Jones. Yeah. You get me? So it's marketing-wise, it's a genius thing to do. Like, whether they had to drop it because the news was coming out that he's about to, and I'm telling you, bro, like I was saying, there's only so many times you commit certain offences, bro. You can't leave traffic stops 4 times and think that you're still going to get away with it. But yeah, I think them dropping it now actually is a good thing for the UFC.
Let's get into some of this because this is getting interesting before we actually open up with the card. Shout out again to Chishanga. Shout out to Andy Smith. Guys, do us a favour and hit the like button if you're in the chat. Just hit that like button for us and tell a friend to subscribe. You know, we do appreciate it. Go on, Rimz.
Yeah, so Chishanga is saying, you man are right about Dana not liking doing business with Jon Jones. Dana in leaked text messages to Lorenzo Fertitta about Jon Jones. What's up with Jones? Did he straighten up or is he still being a scumbag?
Yeah, mad.
Sounds like Dana.
And he's still been a scumbag as well. So. He's still out in these streets, bro. Yeah, that's mad. I mean, but it's a shame still. It's a shame because the UFC is in such a bad position. In my opinion, the UFC is in such a bad position because the 2 biggest fights that we wanted to see this year were Tom versus Jon Jones and Ilya versus Islam. We don't get to see either of those fights. The other fights that we wanted to see was Arman versus Islam. We thought we were going to see it. We didn't see it. Arman versus Ilya. Probably won't see it. Not even for a couple more fights. Like there's so many fights that could potentially be made that aren't happening. And then...
Yeah, for me this year... Yeah, UFC is therefore not cutting it for my expectations, isn't it? And I feel what fights are there that you can after this next one, which is it's a decent fight. It's not what we wanted, but it's a decent fight. Man. But what's there to be excited about?
Terence Crawford versus Canelo.
And Hamza.
Oh yeah, I forgot
That's
about
a
that
good
one.
one.
That's a good one. I'll give them. I'll give. Yeah, that is a good one.
No, to be fair,
from DDP, that's going to be a good fight.
The summer months there are good fights booked for UFC, but the problem is that none of them reach the peak.
What's
of what we expected.
that blockbuster?
Yeah,
that one.
Even that one's not a blockbuster. Like it's not most casual fans.
It can be.
No, but it should be. It should be.
If the fight is crazy, it can be still.
But that'll be after the fact.
If the fight's crazy and Hamzat wins, or DDP because you taken. It's mad, you know. It's mad. It works out better for we're moving off subject, but I'm just saying it works out. See, we've got to talk on that, but it works out better for DDP if he wins because you take Hamzat, you take that scary man, so, and you're
Evil
really
Habib.
that guy. Yeah, you're really that guy now. Like, there's no questions about it.
I'm him and stuff.
Yeah, he's literally that guy, regardless.
Rims, have you seen that picture of the different types of Habibs?
Yeah. And it's all different fighters.
So
yeah,
funny.
I've seen that.
Sorry.
No, yeah, you said that to me.
That was so evil. Habib got me still.
Yeah,
Evil
yeah,
Habib.
that's
What was that
Hamza.
one? Christian Habib was Marab. That's some funny ones still. That's some funny ones, man.
But yeah, I feel like there is, but you know what it is? We're used to having good people on the mic, and I think, like you say, so-called stars leading the front, and there's not been that so-called star at the front. You know what I mean? This is no stardom right now.
Pack.
Yeah, it's like they're
all the
rebuilding right now.
But we said that all the old guys are fading, though, guys. You got to come with the new lot. You know what I mean?
I feel like Ilya's ready to lead the pack here, but I don't know if the UFC want him to. You know?
No, they do.
I don't know, bro.
No, they do. Because he tried to set up the Islam fight. It was Islam that said ban that. They want him to lead because he knocks people out.
Yeah, that's not.
When you knock people out that the way he does in his savagery, they want you to lead. It's just, we'll get into it when we talk about that, about Ilya. But we're moving on.
Yeah, Paddy versus Ilya.
Go on. What you gonna say?
Before we get off the Jones subject, do you want to talk about the case that he's got pending?
Oh, this is all for you.
No, what he's just fled. Supposedly he was drink driving and fled the car, innit? But it happened like February.
Yeah, but it only released now.
That's I think this is behind Dana's thing, because Dana knows that if this is happening, he's not going to be able to fight, bro. Do you get me? With this all pending over him, whether he goes inside or not.
What? So nah, man, he could. Yeah, Mike Tyson come out fresh and just punch a man up.
Nah, but Jon Jones ain't good. I'm like, nah, bro. Like, I think it's no good, man. Jon Jones, this is how many cases has he had, bro? Like, come on, man. Just I can't lie.
Have you read into the depths of the?
No.
Oh right.
What is it? Is it
kind of mad still?
Yeah.
It's kind of like the whole scenario of how like the car was crashed. There was some, I think it was some what?
The girl was naked from the waist.
Yeah,
down,
naked from the waist down. Some I don't know if it's a stripper or what, like or some thing. He's just you get me when he's misses. And then
The one that you rejected in the
and then she said, "Rah, yeah, I was with Jon Jones." Yeah, bro, it's just looking crazy. She said she was doing shrooms and something at his yard. Yeah, bro, it's all mad. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's not good, man. But look, you get caught. You see, the thing is, if he got caught and was there, and we saw the body cam footage of, because when he got arrested, he was threatening the policeman as well, wasn't it? Supposedly, I think I've read that somewhere.
I don't know.
There's no footage of it, but I've read that. Well, there probably is footage, but it ain't been dropped. But I think I've seen that when they went to go and speak to him about it, he was like making threats and stuff, and like it's no good. Still, he's. I think this time around, I think he gets caught out still. Yeah,
Mad.
All right, that's that. Motherfucker Jones.
Jones will be Jones, eh? Jones. But you want to quickly get into this UFC?
Yes.
What is it? Baku. No, Azerbaijan. The dusty lands of Azerbaijan. You get me? Where all the fighters are made. Yeah, man. This is a fighting country, Azerbaijan. Let's get into it. UFC Fight Night. You know what it is, guys. Rimz is putting up the card. We had headlining the card light heavyweight bout. Jamahal Sweet Dreams Hill fighting Khalil Rountree Jr. I need to start straight over with you, Rimz. I need to get over.
Oh, right. You're going to start with me.
Yeah, because the next fight I need to get over to Greeny. Needs to start off with so
all right, cool.
So I need to start off with you, Rimz.
So
what happened in this fight, bro?
Masterclass, man.
Do you think so?
What? What do you mean?
All right, let me hear.
You didn't rate what Rountree done to Hill? Like Hill is over the hill. He's meaty.
So
but
I'm more about that than the Rountree thing. Yeah. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, but Khalil done what in the striking aspect of the fight, what I thought he might be able to do, innit? Like he worked a good game plan, used the leg kicks effectively. I feel he had good in and out movement. I feel he was setting up shots well. His timing was good. I thought the only thing he could have done better is maybe punching combination. But I thought he might have done that because Hill's a heavy hitter, so he didn't want to get caught in the pocket, so he's just more in and out with that. Leg kicks though, he pieced him up with the leg kicks, bro. You could tell he was done out. And for someone who was an ex-champion, again, I'm starting to see a lot of, I'm gonna go off topic quickly, yeah. Go ahead. I feel the caliber of the UFC fighters that I'm kind of seeing now, like as a whole, like I feel like it's kind of dropped, bro. Like just the caliber of the fighters, bro. Like skill set wise, like I don't feel like I don't feel like
I got the right answer for that.
You got the right answer for that. Quickly,
The reason that happens is because everyone's actually gotten better. So because everyone's gotten so good, it nullifies a lot of situations where before you was a jits guy, I was a knockout artist. So it was more entertaining to see a man roll and get hammered, and it was just way more. The skill sets weren't as aligned as they are now. People have, there's more alignment with the skill set. So it's a bit, sometimes when fights get nullified, you're a bit like, oh, like, you get me? And whether you're pinned up against the cage, whether you're in a scramble, whether even if you're boxing,
the margins for winning.
The margins, are very, and sometimes that's what can make fights a bit more boring. The skill set of the fighters are way more better, but not in every division. I do agree with you. The lower class divisions, way better. From welterweight down, middleweight's been a bit like this. Middleweight's been good overall.
But I'm looking at things like heavyweight. It looks like it's regressed. Light heavyweight looks like it's regressed.
Light heavyweight and heavyweight.
Middleweight's warmed up now.
That's what I said. But the rest going down.
Warmed up. Yeah, everything else is warmed up. Women's,
but everything else in the men's is going down. That's why I think.
But back to Hill now. As an ex-champ, someone who's held gold, bro, I just feel like it was just poor. Like no ability to like change game plan. No ability to like, that guy isn't a grappler. You probably are the better grappler. Why didn't you try that? You didn't even try it.
For me, like you said about the leg kicks from Khalil were really good. Definitely a good game plan from Khalil. Two things with Khalil. He's at a point for me where like I wish he was fighting like this 4 years ago, because like 4 years ago he wouldn't have put in that performance. He would have sought the knockout and probably got touched and been damaged. Like to sit off and be comfortable to just win the fight, that tells me that Khalil's ready for a championship run again. Yeah, but the problem is that he's a little bit old himself now. So actually, whether that title shot comes is another story, and whether he wins that shot against Ankalaev, if he was to get it, that's another story. But Jamahal Hill, it's the injury, bro. You get me? Like you lose a little. He's not like a well-skilled fighter. Like he can grapple, but we haven't really seen him grapple well.
Well, he don't win against Teixeira, bro.
But Teixeira was like 42.
No, but grappling wise.
Yeah, I know, but like, bro, like,
serious, bro.
But that was before. And again, that was before the injury. Like I think that little bit of athleticism that he's got, that little snap on the end of his punches, that little snap on like the little movements, I think that's gone from him since because he busted his Achilles. Yeah, but he's already flat-footed enough as it is, bro.
All right, now can I get in? That's the point I really wanted to make about everything. This was a great fight, bro.
No, it wasn't.
This was meaty. This was bad.
I thought it was a decent fight to watch,
they
man.
were standing off each other. I wouldn't really engage, and I get Khalil doing what he was trying to do because in the position that he's in, and what he learned from the Pereira fight, as per se. Okay, you're a bit older. If you're really trying to be in this for a long while, Khalil, happy days to you, man. But let's be real, like this is another thin division. So if he feels like he can go for it again and he needs to fight smart, and that's going to get him another title shot or get him up there, then Greeny's right. Jamahal Hill, so this fight was all about Jamahal Hill. All about Jamahal Hill. Bruh, Bowie Louis said it the best, bruh. He is mediocre, bruh. He's so flat-footed. He doesn't pressure to engage. So if you want to fight flat-footed, you know who fights flat-footed a little bit? Ilya. But you know what he does? He squares off, thank you. Squares off his shoulders and he hunts you down.
Yeah, he's always walking forward.
Thank you. You can't be flat-footed and standing upright like this and then flicking a little leg kick like this. Like, what is that? Like that, you're not engaging. Then had the cheek at the end of the fight to go to Khalil Rountree and be like, oh, basically, I think he said something about, why were we fighting like this or something, like we weren't engaging or whatever. And Khalil was like, oh, you're dangerous, I had to fight with a game. Yeah. Bro, it's for you to stop. If you don't like the way the man's fighting, engage in a way to discomfort it. Yeah, change it up. You gotta make your opponent in an uncomfortable. You gotta put him in an uncomfortable situation.
Yeah, you can't be blaming the winner for winning the fight.
Yeah,
I didn't like the way you fought me, man. You shouldn't have won. Like, bro, what you want me to do?
But his leg was. That leg was dead.
Yeah, no, it's finished.
It was gone from round 2.
Didn't
round 2, bro. He's all hobbling like maybe it's the
said
ACL, maybe it's a past injury, but I'm just gonna say that that's not good enough. You saying ex-champion again? This is a division that's been very light for a long time. Ex-champion is because it was time and opportunity. Bit like Strickland. Strickland's not really championship material. Let's be real about it. If you're talking about all-around skill set, he's not. It was right place in right time. Obviously, you're gonna see, but he beat Izzy. Okay, yeah, he did beat Izzy, but again, styles make fights. That pressure just coming forward.
But also, we've seen what Izzy's gone on to do since.
Again, as well, yeah, Izzy has declined since then, so it's all made sense, like in that sense. But it's just like certain fighters are not. I won't say they're not made to have the belt. It's just that their fighting style sometimes makes us confused as fans to be like, wow, how was you a previous champion?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But it's just like, it's this is the thing about mixed martial arts. Anything can happen like this. You can get in, because it's not a team sport. It's a single sport. You get injured, you're out. Something happens, you're in. Bad game plan, you're out. Bad day, you're in. There's loads of aspects to one. So it is hard. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. But again, I watched this fight not really too pleased.
Do you know how I know that it wasn't a great fight? Yeah, it was. Firstly, I think for casuals, I'm referring to. Yeah, Ankalaev tweeted sleeping emojis. Now you know that's a problem. When Ankalaev tells you that he's tired of the fight, fam, that means it's not a great fight. Still, it was a boring striking matchup, in my opinion. But it's because it was so one-sided.
I hear you on that. Well,
hit the like button, guys.
Yeah, Rimz, get onto them.
Hey, hit the like button, man.
Hit the like button. If you're in this chat, you just need to hit the like button. You know what I'm trying to say?
Next one, yeah.
That's true, though. Anyone can lose in MMA. Too many variables. Yeah.
And on a bad night, it's just like raw. You're not actually a better fighter than me. You just had a better, you know what I mean? You just had a better night, better camp. So that can happen in MMA. But let's move on to the next fight. Lightweight bout. Oh, this is one for the Arjavian. How would you say the people?
I don't know how you'd say it, bro.
How would you say the Azerbaijanians?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Don't know, bro.
For one for their fight fans, the hometown hero that fights out of Bangtao, Rimz's friend.
I don't think he fights out of Bangtao.
He does. They bring it up.
Yeah,
they say via Bangtao.
He's actually there full time now.
No. But when Bruce reads out his name, he will say.
Well, Frank was in his corner actually.
Yeah, then he was.
I didn't know he was there full time. I thought he was just passing.
No, but he said via.
Oh no, he's been based there.
Yeah, he's based there now. Okay.
He said Phuket.
Yeah, cool. Because anytime I see fighters over them sides, I always think they must be on the steroids, fam. You know, Usada never used to go there. That's I've always thought that still.
So we're talking lightweight Rafael Fiziev, and he was fighting Nacho Bahamundes, and this is where I start off with Greeny. This is one for me and you.
Yeah.
One for me and you, but I have to start with you. What went wrong for Bahu Mendes in this fight, man? What really went wrong? Because he lost all 3 rounds. So you need to let the fans know and let everyone know, in your opinion, this prospect that me and you had going forward, what went wrong here?
Bad day in the office. You just said it. Do you know what I mean? I think like Fizie's making his homecoming. Like this is the first time he's fought in under the UFC banner in Azerbaijan. Obviously, he was hyped. He had a really good game plan. Barmundes just looked. He looked like he weren't even there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, I'm not back. If you're 6'3" and you fight at lightweight, I'm not backing you no more, man. This happened to me with Jalen Turner. Yeah, Jalen Turner looked like a monster.
Week, okay.
Yeah, no, I know. But when you're sitting in the seat, you gotta just back your opinion, innit? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, Jalen Turner could knock man out, could sub man. Boom, loses a couple fights, loses to Barmundes. Barmundes 6'3", look stylish. Knock a man out, sub man. He's fighting Lickle man, you know. Lickle Fazeev. Get punched up, fam. Poor still, poor. And don't do it. Because I still, you know what's mad? I'll still sit and say to you that Barmundes can give Ilya a problem.
This is the sick.
Bro, you know you done it exactly. That just history is just repeating itself.
Yeah,
You've done exactly the same thing with Jalen Turner. You said it would be a problem for Islam.
Yeah, I know, man.
You had the disappointment in his words.
You know who else I was backing? What's you gonna slide next? Joel Alvarez.
Oh, yeah, he's a tall one.
Yeah, but no, I don't know, man. I think it was. I do genuinely think it was about that. And do I think he can make a comeback? Yeah, he can. But maybe he's just not pinnacle level. This was the biggest step up in competition he's ever had, isn't it? Sometimes you do see that the first time you hit that next class of fighter, that next tier of fighter, sometimes it's like a little bit of a speed bump.
Yeah.
If he gets back in there quickly and he can go and get a mad finish, or do you know what I mean, then maybe he'll be all right. But if he doesn't get back in there in the next 3 to 4 months, then yeah, I think he ain't making it nowhere still.
Rimz, what did you see from
Your boy weren't ready for the smoke. That's what I saw. Your boy weren't ready for the smoke, man.
Well, you weren't backing him like that, Pride, though. You weren't rating
I
him.
know.
I didn't. You was.
Who? Barmundes. I thought he was good.
Okay.
I didn't think he was good. I thought he was gonna win, but on a decision thing. Thing. But nah, Fazeev was just he's a tear above what he is. Yeah, and that fight there just exposed it to me. Still, there's a lot more that he needs to work on. Yeah, there's a lot more he needs to work on, especially like you got Fazeev taking you down, bro.
Yeah, it's no good. That.
You got Fazeev, not that he can't, like he doesn't have the ability, but like that's not his game plan. Like, you know what I mean? That's not his go-to.
Was once he knew he could do it once.
Yeah, that's the thing.
This is easy pickings.
Yeah, man.
To take off from you, let me just get my point out here. Yeah, you know what I saw in this fight? A man that couldn't hit the target. See Barmundes, right? I said this to you last time when I was like, I was excited about him, but I didn't really realize something. He can't fight from the outside. He's a very good inside fighter. But you can't fight the smaller man like that from the inside. That's not what
You're not landing first because the man that got short arms, bro.
You're not. You get me? In other fights, I've seen him do it, and I'm like, I've seen him scrap, on the inside. I'm like, he can scrap when he's all at it. Yeah, right. And I'm like, okay, all right, you might have something. So I'm thinking you can work on it outside, and that should be the easier part against a smaller fighter like Fazeev. Just kick him from the outside.
Yeah,
that's all I thought he was gonna do. All night.
Fazeev was landing from the outside, which is mad.
It's like the maths were mathsing, and I'm like, he just weren't getting his timing right. But Fazeev was, and I know Fazeev's a very compact, small man. He's hard target to hit, but I was just disappointed in Barmundes' strategy or game plan to win that fight. He was rushing at points, and then he was getting himself caught into traps, like where he was getting like 1-2 side check, a nice little combination that Fazeev would let off and just spin out, and then it was just like, again, like you said, to get taken down by Rafael Fazeev. Not that again, he can't take you down, but it's not his game plan. It's a bit of a worrying thing. So back to the drawing board for you, Barmundes, and this is the UFC, like we always say. You can get there, get excited, and be like, he's coming up. Get someone like Rafael Fazeev that'll send you back down. Yep. But I still think Rafael Fazeev, you need to go to featherweight.
Yeah,
I think if you still go there, you can actually
I
get
think
the belt.
Champ, Champ
Him,
material.
one silver and then man, that'll be a wicked fight. Him one silver.
I think he's gonna struggle to cut the weight though.
That probably is a
He
problem.
looks so bolo, bro. He
Yeah,
looks like
yeah,
he's gonna, I don't think he can cut another 10 pounds. You know, I reckon that's why he hasn't done it. Because there was talk about it last time, innit?
Yeah.
And I agree. I completely agree with you. That fight would be amazing, and I do think he probably would get to the belt. But yeah, I just don't think he's gonna be able to cut the weight.
All right, well, I'm just disappointed about Mendes. I know you are so good.
I don't even want to speak about it, bro.
Rimz is smoking us on that
man.
one still, man.
Yeah.
Put us in the foldy pack. All right, heavyweight bout: Curtis Blaydes versus Rezian Kiniev. Kiniev. Yeah, Kiniev. Sorry, my eyes are blurry there. Kiniev. Curtis.
Curtis Blaydes won.
Bro.
Well done.
Bro.
Next one, man. I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, I don't.
Are we actually gonna sit here and talk about that?
No,
bro?
we don't have
Anything
time.
heavyweight get.
Move
All right,
on.
no,
Anything heavyweight get.
It's 2 against 1 here, guys. It's 2 against 1, so we're gonna move
Bro,
on.
it's
Hey,
3
hey,
against 1.
hey,
They
you
don't
got 5 seconds if you want us to talk about this.
They
One,
don't,
man, it's no good.
two,
Go on.
3,
They don't. No one.
4,
in the chat. All right, we're
5.
moving on.
No one likes Curtis.
All right,
Blaydes, man.
Pashik Muzev versus I can't say his first name, but he's Olomabayo.
Olabaye.
That's not bad. Yeah.
Olomabayev. Yeah, Olobayev.
Oh, it's not
Olobayev.
Olobaye. Yeah, something like that.
something
Yeah,
like-
something like that.
But Rimz, he's good, you know.
He's good. He's good.
Even from his last, did he lose his?
He's
that
lost
war?
one
You know
or
that mad
two.
war that he was in. Click on his
Against
name. Click on his name.
fuck right or whatever his name
Yeah,
is.
it was a mad
Yeah,
fight.
that
It
one,
was a
yeah,
war. That was like one of the fights of the year as well. Who was it? Oh, the Rebecca fight.
Rebecca.
Oh.
The Rebecca fight was good as well.
Yeah.
There was the Rebecca fight.
Yeah.
And he, decision
Beat up
split.
Brenner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that one.
Yeah, and he brought up
Rebecca,
Brenner. He's
yeah.
good. He's grappling. He's timing. He's tough. He comes from that fighting place of Uzbekistan. You know what I'm saying? Kyrgyzstan, should I say? And yeah, man, he's a problem. You know. You think I don't what does he actually fight at a lightweight?
This was a catchweight.
Yeah, but is he actually a lightweight, isn't it?
I
Go back to him. Click on his name again.
think he's a lightweight. Yeah, lightweight.
He's a lightweight, innit?
So yeah.
Yeah, he might be a problem. You know, he's only lost 2 and he's drawn 1. Decent one. He might be a little problem going forward.
But Rebecca's like that tier. Like Rebecca's a test to see if you're at that tier as well, though. And if you lose those ones, I kind of think that you probably won't get to the top tier still. Do you know what I mean? He's good. Don't get me wrong. He's good. All the. By the way, all these guys are.
He might be someone who takes time to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But how
get
old is
there.
he? I reckon he's probably a little bit older than we think.
Look old though.
Because I know this is off topic, but fam, Wellmaker, I'm sorry, I need to go and retract on what I was saying there as well. That guy's not gonna get no belt. That guy's probably gonna lose his next fight, bro. I'll be honest.
Why'd you have to go so far, bro? Why'd you go always to the far?
If they
Extreme.
Hey,
He
listen.
goes always to the farthest point.
What was the fight I was
think
calling
you
him
said he
for?
might not get
Him
a
versus
belt,
Patchy Mix, yeah? Patchy Mix will beat him. Out grapple him. What
But
you
he
watch? You watch.
Wait, bro, you might get knocked out. He gets hard now.
But
Patchy
that
don't
guy's
move his
31,
head.
fam. I didn't realize he was 31.
There was a whole
and I was saying
meme
all
on
this good
Patchy
stuff
Mix.
about him.
Not moving his head. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
I ain't seen
Have
that
you
one.
seen that?
I ain't seen
There's a whole meme on Patchy not moving his head. Jokes. But
Anyway, go on.
yeah, we'll have to see. But he has the potential to go up. Especially if he finishes fights with the way you see that though, the submission that he done, lovely DOS.
Yeah.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful the way he just done it, man. So he can be a potential problem. Moving on to a fight that I want to talk about, Sadokov. Sadokov versus
Deserves to
Motta.
be like that, bro.
That could be fight of the year so far.
Yeah.
What a flip! And what did I tell you about
That was a cold
Sadokov?
fight. That was a cold fight.
Last week I said to you, bro,
He's 30
one
still.
of my favorite. You
30
know what?
still.
He's got that balance, cause when you watch certain fighters, yeah, they just to your eye they look good. I'm like, bro, he just got that balance, that timing, and you know when I knew he was gonna win the fight after he survived the
First
flurry of
splits.
Motta.
I thought Motta was gonna get him. I was like, whoa.
Motta's that guy as well.
Motta's cold.
Motta's
Motta's good.
cold.
He said this
Motta's
though.
good.
This
I'm
always
telling
due
you,
to
he was
be a
at
good scrap.
Bangtao still.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was there still.
No, this one was always due to be a good scrap still, but no, Sadokov got 2 bonuses, bro. They gave him 100 bags.
bro, because he was. You know what? he showed defense in that fight. If you watch it, he took a couple punches, he got hurt, but then he rolled with it. And he kind of got I don't know if he slipped or got dropped in that first round. I don't know if it was, I can't remember, I need to go back and look. I don't know if it was completely or he dropped him, but he got back up and he was just rolling with it.
Yeah.
And he said, you know what, Mata? You're going to blow yourself out.
Boom.
Boom! Come back. Took over the round. It's still a Mata round. I give him that. But the momentum went in that first round, like with about a minute left, the momentum went back to Sadokov. He said, yeah, come out second round. Just busting him elbow. Just literally. No, Sadokov can be a problem. Trust me. I'm telling you guys. Watch out for him.
He's good.
He's good because he can wrestle as
I was
well.
gonna say, he's got all the skills.
All the skill sets, bro.
I'd even say watch out for Mata still. Mata's good.
Mata.
Mata's good as well.
But if he got finished, do you see the finish?
Yeah, the finish was dark.
Dark.
Demonized. Dark.
Demonized. Brother. Bro, like literally, yeah, that was amazing. Guys, that could be.
We're talking about dropping bombs earlier, fam. That was a real bomb that he dropped still.
And Mata just faded.
Yeah.
And Mata's tough. Hanging there, he was in that tough exchange in the inside. The inside work was crazy at times. It was good scrap, man. Good scrap. All right, let's move on. Guys, watch out for Sadokov. Like I said, featherweight bout. We had another good fight. Mohammed Naimov versus Grad. You were talking about Grad being very good, right?
Yeah.
Even though he lost this fight, he's a very good fighter still.
Yeah. Similar to the last one.
This was a close fight.
Yeah.
This could have gone either way. But
Naimov still doing little cheeky stuff.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, bro. I promise you, bro. Yeah, no, he's a dirty fighter still. I can't lie. He's a dirty fighter, bro.
Grabbing the cage and all
He
that.
don't give a... Bro, it's...
Gloves, everything.
Whatever, yeah, that was what he done against Nathaniel as well. He's grabbing the gloves as well, isn't it? Bro, he's on whatever, man. He don't really care, bro. He's trying to win, fam. And I can respect that still.
And he won.
Bro, you get me?
You know what I mean? But he's very stylistically, he's what's the word? He likes to fight in a what's the word should I say? Like he's got that open style where he likes to I'm gonna say float like a butterfly.
Freestyle.
Yeah, like freestyle fighting. You know, like he likes that spinning back kick. Got like. You know he's got that style in him that he wants to get that flashy knockout.
Just
like,
flows, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, but I weren't sure if that's what he was.
And he had good takedown defense as well because Brogan pinned him up on the and he good reversal. You see that reversal he done, beautiful. He had the double grip and then come back round. Yeah. So yeah, he had good moments. But let me get into the next fight, yeah, because I know it's the prelims, but you see this guy.
He's on my radar still.
Man, like KO.
He's on my radar. Man's like KO, you know.
No, it's KO, bro.
Yeah.
It's KO.
I don't care what you want to call him, what they call him. We call him KO.
KO, fam.
You don't want to get yourself KO.
That was his first fight in the UFC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He looks good. He looks the part still.
What separated him from a lot of fighters that you saw? Go on.
Composure. He just looked composed from like he looked like someone who knows what he's doing. What he's going in there, he knows what he's trying to do. Like that's what I saw straight away. Cause I wasn't really trying to tune into this fight, but I was watching it and I just clocked straight away. I was like, wow, this guy looks like he's on smoke from like, so I was like, okay, yeah, he looks good. And then I watched the fight and saw, okay, he can strike, he can grapple, he can wrestle, he can do everything. So I was like, okay, yeah, that's someone you gotta watch.
Because Oban Elliott's no joke.
Yeah.
Your first fight in the UFC for that. You're going top 15 next year. That's where he's at already. Like he's fighting the top 15 guy next.
You know what got for me? The hip judo tosses. He's done it.
Yeah.
Bro, the balance to be able to do that. And I think, you know, this is why I like Paul Felder. He makes very good points that are valid at the time in the fight. And this is why he's one of my favorite commentators. He said, and I agreed, it's like I thought it and he said it at the same time. And I saw the takedown from the hip toss and it was an open mat. And I was like, yeah, you can't do that. When you're pinning against the cage and all of that, if you're good at judo, that stops all of that. Yeah, that's why Islam still gets you down on all of them, man. Because if that's that sambo type of hip wrestling inside leg trips,
judo again. That's something I love still.
Because
when people use
that's the way
the
forward,
Horogechi or the Uchimata and all them things against the cage. When someone's like, got you pinned up and you managed to get like the overhook or underhook or whatever, and they're trying to get back on your hips, you just watch their feet. When you see the try it,
It's beautiful to see when
balance.
it works as well.
Yeah. And even just, it doesn't always, you don't always get the throw, but you get the off balance, and then you're gone. Yeah, then you're gone. Yeah.
Right, and that's what I love about it. It's just smart, and we can see that more. Maybe depending on the cage will stop as much.
Yeah. That's
quite possible.
that's
That might be the
something that
next
helps.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that helps
You know
with
what I
that.
mean?
Obviously, you got to stop the double unders before you get to that. But yeah,
And I think you got to have a certain amount of like flexibility, because at this level, if someone's got a proper tight grip, I don't think you got to have a certain. You got to be doing it for I think a couple of amount of years like judo. Like look at Kayla Harrison. She's very good at like judo, hit down, tops.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that was a great fight. That was a good fight because, like you said, Elliot's no joke.
Yeah.
Middleweight bout. You had Ishmael
about that one.
Nurmagomedov versus Johnson Park.
Iron Turtle, man.
Park. Go ahead.
Bro, this guy was on a cheating flex. You see it?
I missed this one.
I didn't
So
watch this fight.
Yeah,
either.
some illegal strikes in there still. They took 2 points off him.
Ooh,
It was the best.
what,
referee
one
I've-
time or
No,
like
yeah, one time, 2 points.
Rah.
Best refereeing I've seen.
who was the ref?
I can't, no. It was one of the guys I don't know. I'll be honest. I've seen him before, but I don't.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Very good refereeing, man. Took 2 points for the strike. Obviously, Park still come back and won the fight anyway. But yeah, no. Iron Turtle's good, man. I think he needs a ranking, you know.
yeah. For a middleweight, he's someone. Whenever I see him fight, he looks like he's good, but he just
Well, he's in
ain't
good scraps,
really.
like-
Yeah, he just ain't really got to ranking yet.
Yeah, do you know what it was? I think who did he fought RoboCop, innit?
Yeah, I think
RoboCop
so.
mashed him up.
Think so.
And I think that was like to see who's gonna move up and who's gonna go and challenge them.
RoboCop did.
Yeah, RoboCop did, and
Yeah,
obviously he
got
got found out. But no, he's fought a few guys, bro. Like, do you know what I'm saying? It weren't RoboCop.
Yeah, it was. But that was a while ago, though.
That was okay,
He
cool.
was on a win streak. Oh
Yeah.
no, Muniz. Justin Muniz.
Yeah, that's no good. That there.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's bad. That. That's bad. That.
That's why he's where he is.
Yeah.
All right. That's all I
For
watched.
me, man.
Oh, that was a good fight. Habib and Islam were here.
Oh,
for him.
we have to talk about this as well. Go on.
Yeah, that was a great fight. That was one of the fight of the night, you know. I mean, Maximum, or what his name, could have easily won this fight. still.
Maxim.
Yeah, Max. It was a really good fight. If you didn't watch this, go back and watch it. Good grappling from both. He done enough with the striking earlier, I think, Tagea to actually win the fight, but it was very close. If Maximum, I wouldn't have been mad if Maximum won the fight. Great fight.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Mohammed, fam.
Bro, I don't know why he's fighting, bro.
He won.
I don't care, bro. He looks
But he wins
shit.
these meaty fights, though.
He looks shit, bro.
There was
Like,
a-
I'm watching him. I'm like, you
Yeah.
look terrible, bro.
Do you know what? But it's the state of the heavyweight division that he's still there, isn't it?
What you saying? Amateurs look better than him.
Bro, he just
You've
don't
seen
look good,
amateurs.
bro.
I'm
Just
saying you've seen amateurs look better than him.
yeah, easy.
No, genuinely.
This is a UFC man that you know.
No, but he's a tough brother. That
He's a tough brother. What you trying to just say? He's
no,
African.
real talk. No, he's tough.
You didn't want to
he
say
hits
yeah.
a little bit.
You don't
Alright,
wanna say
do you know
yeah.
what I'm saying he's just.
Just African.
No, it's not even that he's African, bro. He's just.
Say it. He's African.
Nah, bro. I'm not even saying
Just
that.
say
I'm
he's
just
a
saying
tough
he's just like
Nigerian.
he's a big you,
He's
innit?
a
Like,
tough Nigerian.
Nothing has.
you wouldn't want to buck him in the
seen.
street. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He's
he's a
hit
unit.
him with 2 balls and he's still
He's a
alright.
unit, but
Yeah.
I don't see nothing impressive.
No, there's not real not like elite skills there. Like, and then you look at him and then you say his brother's Kamaru, fam. It's like, bro, like, don't even make sense, bro.
Yeah,
Like, you don't even really wrestle that well, fam.
yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But anyway, man.
It's what it is.
That was a wrap for UFC Fight Night in Azerbaijan. And it was a decent fight night. What do we rank the whole fight card overall, guys? Or just the main card?
rank that
Sadokov, I'd give it a hold on. Sadokov was a great fight. Let me look.
6. Yeah, can get a 6.
Yeah, 6. Yeah.
A 6, man. A 6. It would have been a 7.
I like the time though that it's on. I actually forgot. I had to like kind of rush back to watch it, bro. Like,
I was watching the next day.
Yeah, was it? No, it started at 8 o'clock, didn't it? But the problem is the sun was out, man.
Yeah.
I was outside, man. You see me?
Well, yeah, that is UFC Fight Night, guys. If you haven't hit that like button for us and you're still here, please hit that like button for us. Just come on, man. Up the likes for us, man. Hit the like button.
And make sure you lock in.
Nothing. Hit the like button for us.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say make sure you lock in because we're gonna do the predictions for Ilya versus Charles.
Yeah,
that's next week, and I'm excited for that. That's something I am excited for.
Is the card good on that? Well, we'll see in it. We'll see in it. Yeah.
No,
We'll
I think
see.
it's alright.
All right, guys. You know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Salute.